Ça va ou quoi? Merci pour le 58e mois d'abonnement, T3. Merci. Putain, bientôt... Ouais, bientôt 5 ans, les 5 ans de resub, hein. Aïe, 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 hein. Comment il va? Contente de vous le faire découvrir. Bah écoute, on va être plusieurs à le découvrir du coup. Fatiguée et toi? J'ai un peu froid là. Mais moins fatiguée là, je me suis bien reposée cette nuit, du coup ça m'a fait du bien de bien dormir là. Je rattrape mon manque de sommeil de ces 2-3 derniers jours là, entre l'anniversaire à maman et tout là. Quels que soient les horaires que vous découvrirez dans les sombres recoins, faites preuve de courage et poursuivez jusqu'au bout de votre aventure. Aucune fin n'est prématurée, aucune décision n'est mauvaise, il y a uniquement de nouvelles perspectives et de nouveaux départs. Ceci est une histoire d'amour. Ouais, une histoire d'amour, ouais. Oh, la petite musique. Oh, le piano. De toute façon, je verrai sur le moment, je pense qu'ils vont m'orienter. Oh, la musique, elle a l'air incroyable. Je me suis fait des nouilles pour manger pendant le jeu. Et un petit café. En plus, en mode piano, là, les musiques, j'aime beaucoup. Nouvelle partie. Chapitre 1. Les héros et la princesse.
You're
Attends.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Merde, fallait pas que je clique. Voici pour l'oxyre, si vous ne le faites pas, la fin du monde est inévitable. La fin du monde, vous pouvez être plus précis. Avez-vous envisagé qu'elle pourrait causer la fin du monde uniquement parce qu'elle est enfermée? L'exécution d'une princesse, c'est un peu immoral, vous ne trouvez pas? Personne d'autre ne peut s'en charger. Laissez tomber, je refuse de faire ça. Vous ne vous êtes pas dit que je n'étais pas contre la fin du monde. Si je le fais, vais-je recevoir une quelconque récompense? Je me dire ce que je dois faire. J'ai toujours rêvé d'être une souveraine. Vive la révolution. Je vais mettre ça. L'exécution d'une princesse est un peu immorale, vous ne trouvez pas?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Eh bien, je vais mettre... Vous ne vous êtes pas dit que je n'étais pas contre la fin du monde. Vas-y, je vais mettre ça.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Personne ne souhaite la fin du monde. Je sais pas, hein.
Maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Avez-vous envisagé qu'elle pourrait causer la fin du monde uniquement parce qu'elle est enfermée?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Bah t'as qu'à la tuer toi alors.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
De quel peur-pied?
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Qu'est-ce qu'on en sait que c'est vrai que ça sera la fin du monde derrière, hein? Non, moi je veux pas la fin du monde. Mais est-ce qu'il y a une preuve formelle qui dit qu'il y aura la fin du monde si elle sort?
Unless,
Et que
of
ça...
course, you do your job and slay her.
Et que si on l'envoie dans notre monde, genre tout le monde ça va être peace and love. C'est pas, hein. Ah oui, je veux
I'm
savoir.
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
Mais je sais.
You have to put an end to her. She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it. Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Au moins j'ai de quoi me défendre, on sait jamais.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
L'ambiance est oppressante, l'air est lourd et humide, et une odeur de pourriture émane du vieux bois. Si la princesse vit vraiment ici, l'Oxyre serait une sorte de libération pour elle.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Bah écoute, on va le découvrir ensemble, Pokémon. Mais d'après Purpy, c'est un banger.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
J'ai envie de lui dire, attends.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Coucou Ressa, comment ça va? Panda-san, ça va ou quoi?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Ah oui, apparemment.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
J'ai envie de
You're
discuter, moi.
so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife. And
En fait, il y a une partie de moi qui a envie de cliquer sur direct la tuer. Et il y a une partie de moi qui a envie de savoir des trucs. Je vous le chétan en moi a envie de cliquer sur ça. Coucou Shanks, comment ça va? C'est juste parce que je suis chétan, j'ai envie de cliquer. En fait, parce que après, je risque d'un jour le refaire pour savoir la suite, pour savoir l'autre. Vas-y, je mets ça pour l'instant.
Then I'm not talking to you. I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already.
Je sais pas, on me donne des
Or
ordres.
drop the blade. Do something.
J'ai fermé les yeux, ça m'a mis Oxyre la princesse. Je vais cliquer sur Oxyre la princesse. J'ai tourné ma souris et c'est ma souris elle s'est mise sur Oxyre la princesse.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing.
Voilà, ça c'est une madame qui se défend.
We can still turn this around.
Je vais mourir.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
J'ai des ongles du démon, wesh.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this
No.
is the end?
Non, non, non.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapitre 2. L'adversaire.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Oh, merci pour la 20e série de visionnage, là.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
La voix de l'obstiné.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption
Sous de ma
that
gueule,
your
hein.
actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Ah bon, on va savoir.
Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits. Just be quick about it. She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin and you'll be fine. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions? There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch. Exactly. The less you know about her, the better. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things. Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But It's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were
Je suis
special.
spéciale. J'ai eu la même réaction Purple. Moi je le savais parce que Taïkeda en avait parlé. Je crois que j'avais jamais trouvé la vidéo par contre, je l'avais jamais regardée. Mais c'était il y a quelques années et derrière ça, elle a step up un peu sur Twitch et tout, je crois.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. A warning before you go any further.
Ah, tu m'enverras la vidéo, j'aimerais bien la voir.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Je vais lâcher mon arme, non?
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever.
Are we Crystal? Let's just get on with it already.
The cabin is
Oh, ça a
tighter than
changé.
its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Moi je vais aller voir le miroir.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was
Attends,
a
mais
mirror
la
a
main
second
avec
ago.
les ongles là, j'avais vu tout à l'heure.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
C'est moi le monstre.
No blade this time. Right then, fisticuffs it is. Probably more fair to her anyway. Wouldn't want to feel like we cheated our way to a win.
As long as you can still get the job done. And don't forget that the blade is waiting for you upstairs if you happen to change your mind.
Putain, les portes de salopard.
The door to the basement
Whoa.
creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from
stylé que
below
ça
is
change.
heavy and oppressive,
Que ça soit pas exactement
with an
pareil. Enfin, je
almost
pense que c'est le but, mais...
sulfuric odor to it. If the her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of
J'ai pas fait exprès de
princess.
couper le truc.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the
Oh, elle est
final
stylée
step,
par contre.
the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. But no little knife this time, huh? No. I hope you're not just here to chat. I've been itching for a rematch. Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again? Or are you scared I'm going to put you down for good this time?
All right, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. But that's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay! As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Je vais prendre la situation encore moins au sérieux juste pour vous embêter. Vous ignorez à quel point je peux être empathique.
You're joking, right? I'm just going to pretend that you're
J'adore
joking.
foutre la merde.
Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
Allez, je vais lui dire que je suis là pour la libérer. Ouais.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest.
Au pire, on meurt tous, on meurt
Understatement the
tous.
situation.
Voilà.
Who says I want to be free?
Ça.
I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh. And I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists.
Elle est devenue starbée, hein.
Is that really too much to ask?
Yeah, especially that last part.
Don't be such a coward.
I'm just being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away. I'd rather not die again, and I find it deeply disturbing that you seem to relish the thought of it.
C'est une madame qui sait ce qu'elle veut.
Because it doesn't matter if we die again. It'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life.
We don't know that for sure.
C'est vraiment
and
le
I'd
petit
rather
diable
not
et le
bet
petit
on
ange
it.
sur les épaules, tu sais. Vous avez l'air différente.
Aside from your empty hands, you look exactly the same. Why? You didn't want to talk last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again?
Vous ne me faites pas peur.
Then prove it. Come a little closer.
Je ne dis pas que je refuse de combattre, mais avant toute chose, nous avons toutes les deux des points à tirer au clair. Comment se fait-il que nous soyons encore en vie pour commencer?
What is
Grâce à
there
elle,
to
peut-être.
unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There.
On est devenu des
Unpacking
démons.
done. Don't you get it? We've been given free reign to wail on each other. Forever.
On est dans le royaume. On est dans les enfers.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
Je savais qu'elle allait râler.
As you step towards the stairs, you hear the heavy creak of straining metal.
Elle va nous
Then a
défoncer.
snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision, and you have to make it fast. How about we get the hell out of... Little boy doesn't have the chance to finish that thought before the princess barrels into you and smashes your body into the rough stone wall. Can I finish my thought now?
C'est bon, je peux finir ma réflexion maintenant.
Sure, why not? Here. So glad we could stick around to hear the end of that. But I'm afraid that's all the time you had left. Why, for the love of everything,
mal de
did you stop
réfléchir.
to think? What? It doesn't matter, because everything goes dark and you die. Great job.
Merci, merci.
No, come on. We can't be dead. We didn't even get a chance to fight her.
Dead is dead, but maybe you'll have better luck next time.
La furie. On va voir la folie du bus.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
Oh la
All
gueule de la
right.
forêt.
Change of plans, no more
Du
hesitation.
coup, c'est les
No
enfers et
more
après c'est sous les
dying.
enfers.
We're taking the fight straight to her.
If we had a chance against her, we already missed it, didn't we? She got stronger, and we stayed the same.
we've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is still mortal, which means we can win. We just didn't take things seriously enough.
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy being beaten to death again and
On a la voix du
again.
résigné maintenant, on a une voix en plus qui parle dans notre tête.
Well, this is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly, you've already been here. Yeah, you think?
Actually, I don't think we have been here.
Lui, il est dans le déni, lui, hein.
This is all different, isn't it?
That's a good point. Everything here is a little off. Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Attends, j'ai envie de tester ça pour voir ce que ça me dit.
Are you serious? Fine, you walk away from the cabin and see how that goes for you.
Je voulais cliquer tout à l'heure, je l'ai pas fait.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? Everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we?
We're dead, obviously.
Bisous Toko, bon courage pour le travail. Bonne soirée.
I told you we shouldn't have come here. I told you. But did you listen? No.
Ah oui.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oupsie.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Je vais essayer d'aller l'oxyre direct. Ah ouais, tu pensais pas que j'allais faire ça? Mais en fait, c'était trop tentant de voir ce que ça faisait de partir
The
direct.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Ah ouais, oula. Effectivement, c'est vrai. Merci. Merci, monsieur.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Pour le texte de la
This
princesse.
is an
Ah oui,
oppressive
attends.
place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot
Bien vu.
filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Merci.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Tu vois les bandes noires sur le côté aussi. Comment ça les bandes noires? Benoît, coucou, comment t'as pas? Non, plaisante pas, non. Vas-y, on va avancer, on va aller voir ce que ça donne.
Your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Non.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over? It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
Bien sûr qu'il nous dit pas tout.
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Ah, c'est juste la vue modo. Oups, c'est... Oui, ça va bien. On découvre un petit jeu, là. Vas-y, je fais genre du début à la fin, je vais l'écouter.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
Mais parce qu'on vient de tuer quelqu'un.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Avec le temps, vous finirez par le réaliser, vous aussi, ça devrait vous aider à soulager votre conscience.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
On va voir le dehors, il va être comment là? Partir.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved
Et là,
from
c'est la fin du
certain
monde.
doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Va voir, on est heureux là.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No.
Telle est votre récompense.
This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur.
Profite
You've
bien de
never
l'éternité,
been
merci.
Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here
Faut
forever,
redescendre en bas, moi je veux
right?
redescendre en bas. Il sera peut-être redevenu une démon.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
De me tuer aussi. Comme ça je reviens.
The blade. We can use the blade to
sûr.
get out of this.
C'était sûr.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take
Non, on a
that
dit qu'on
blade
continuait à écouter le
and
narrateur
use
cette fois.
it. Don't you dare. What a relief. I suppose we've got all the time in the world for you to change your mind. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy.
Je veux
Happy
redescendre
still
en bas,
has
moi.
plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that
T'imagines,
shift,
le bonheur il est pas ouf là. Hein.
you simply exist. Happy.
Pardon, mais la fin m'a fait rire. Le dessin il m'a fait rire. Profite d'une éternité de rien. Ah ouais. Bravo, tu as sauvé tout le monde et profité d'une éternité de rien. C'est C'est terrible. Ah, je suis mort. Ah ouais, tu m'as dit qu'il y avait différentes fins et tout, en plus. Bien joué pour avoir trouvé cette fin, en tout cas. Tu l'as trouvé vite, celle-là, de fin? Ah, moi, là, c'est le dessin hein, qui m'a fait rire à la fin, là. Hein. C'est terrible. C'est la plus rapide à trouver. Ouais, je me doute. Bonjour madame. Il y en a combien en tout de fins? Vas-y, on essaie d'en faire une deuxième, non? Oui, c'est ce que je me suis dit.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path.
Ok, alors. Vas-y, je vais faire ça.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Vas-y, je vais essayer de ne pas la tuer du coup. Avancer vers le salé en silence.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. We're not going to go through with.
Vas-y, je descends sans la lame.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. Her voice softly carried.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
La tête qu'elle fait.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped
À la
wolf.
folle du bus.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of, it's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Non, j'ai dit que je la sauverai cette fois. Enfin, que je tenterai de la sauver.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding
On va lui
her to
couper
this
le bras,
place.
wesh.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Pokémon. Secours.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Elle va foutre le bordel dehors, là.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh non, je suis désolée.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Pardon, mais... Ça me fait rire.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
C'est vraiment le sorry, je te tue, mais sorry.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
La demoiselle.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Voix de l'esprit.
If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and
Oui, les
all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving. A warning. Before you go in, she will lie, she will cheat.
Oui,
We
il me dit
already
comme d'hab.
told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Comment il va être le chalet cette fois?
The interior of the cabin is clean
C'est pas encore
and
exactement le
elegant,
même aussi.
its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Non, Je descends sans la lame. Et le miroir a disparu pendant que je descendais.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful
non, mais
than
lui-
last time. I can hear wedding bells
La marche
already.
nuptiale et tout, genre c'est bon, genre...
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
La voix du canard.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Tout le monde est sensible à la flatterie de toute
Waiting
façon.
for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done.
Non, j'ai dit que je t'écoutais pas
What
le narrateur cette
matters
fois.
is you have a chance to do it right this time. We
Do you marry
damned
me?
the whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
On va se faire tuer.
That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession. least you're being honest. I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist. The princess shifts in uncomfortable confusion.
Me too. I don't care.
She wasn't confused for long. If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world. It would take a great desire for evil to do something so inconceivable, and our dearest has not an ounce of cruelty within her. All is well, and it's high time we rescued our beloved. Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
J'ai dit que j'écoutais pas le narrateur cette
If her
fois.
hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our
Il me fait
beloved
trop rire le
from
voix de
her
l'épris là.
bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it, but I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Mm.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Eh, venez, on fait l'amour transi.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
La mort.
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
Le narrateur, il a le seum, je crois.
Hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really gonna end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
Oui, je suis sadique.
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending. Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
À nous étaler toute ton histoire d'amour, là.
Our happy ending at last.
Oh, la musique...
We did it. What should we do now?
On va remourir.
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Je m'en fous, on a rencontré l'amour, c'est le plus important.
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Cole, is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Et une autre a pris sa place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
Le
Why is it
retour du
here?
miroir.
Why now?
I'm begging you, don't do this. This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
C'est moi. Le démon. Le chalet qui n'est plus.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm no one. Eh, c'est du Game of Thrones, ça. Hein.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. How can the world have ended if we are talking? Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? I know only that they are. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
C'était pour que vous pouvez pour pouvoir lire.
I promise that it doesn't hurt. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. Everything, until we meet again. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Bah. Bah. Ça, je crois que c'était pas normal. Bah. C'est normal que le jeu il s'éteigne. Ah, c'est normal qu'il s'éteigne. Ah, je suis mort. Oh non. Ouais, c'est ce que je suis en train de faire. C'est ce que je suis en train de faire du coup. Tu sais qu'au début j'ai cru que j'avais crash. Ah, je suis mort. Attends.
You have returned to me, though you were gone mere moments. I never left your
Non, attends.
side.
Ah, c'est bon. Je suis mort. Ah, c'est bien foutu, hein.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of
Ok, on fait quoi maintenant? Mais moi je veux aller repêcher la princesse. Moi je veux aller repêcher la princesse.
you make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Je vais réessayer de pêcher la princesse.
The interior of the cabin. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase.
Coucou Mika, merci pour le raid. Comment ça va? Oh, The Crew Moto Forest, comment s'est passé ton live?
Stranger, it's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and
Après, faut que je change un peu mes choix,
only
j'imagine,
making
mais...
this more difficult.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave
Et le
until
narrateur,
the
on va se
task
battre.
is done. You make your way to the bottom.
Ok, du coup, on savait qu'elle allait se passer ça. Sauver la princesse.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You
Non, je veux pas l'oxyre.
stop that.
C'est une petite pute. Oh non, c'est terrible.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
C'est vrai que ça arrache le bras, j'ai oublié.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly.
Oh non, on va rencontrer le démon. Coucou dragon, comment ça va? Bienvenue.
It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
Oh, ma main, c'est devenu avec un petit couteau.
It
J'avais pas
can't
vu.
just end like this, right?
Non, je me disais que non, parce que sinon c'est pas drôle, Perpi. Showtime. Ben oui, ça va super bien, Mika. Ça va très bien, merci. Oh, tant mieux.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. Chapitre 2, la sorcière.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Bravo pour la chanson que t'as fait à
Oh,
l'émission de
warning.
Malo,
Before
merci.
you go any further.
Merci beaucoup. En plus, j'ai pas pu voir la rediff et tout d'ailleurs.
She will lie, she will...
Ouais, ça je
Don't
sais.
worry.
Ah, voix de
You can trust us
l'orphotonisme
to get
maintenant.
the job done.
Comment va être le chalet cette fois dedans? Avec le fameux miroir encore?
The
Oh, wow.
interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Je vais aller revoir le miroir.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a...
Ça, on l'avait lu. Essuie le miroir.
You reach forward
Ah, plus
and rub
miroir,
your hand
encore.
against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous...
Vas-y, je descends sans la lame. Je suis un
You know
bonhomme.
what you're getting us into.
It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Merde.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any
Des bisous,
big
dragon.
decisions?
Bonne soirée, bonne nuit.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
What do you want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Oh, vas-y, je vais mettre ça.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up.
Je vais la
I
faire
need a way
sortir,
out,
moi.
after all. And unfortunately,
Foutre
you're
la
the only
merde.
one I have.
Et retrouver mon amour perdu.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
Oui, je me doute.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Ah oui, du coup. À chaque fois, je dois bouger.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little...
Merci.
A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Ah oui,
This
on va
is why
continuer à la
she
pécho,
can't
hein.
just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Non.
Yes, let's.
Je vais me faire bully dehors.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
La porte, elle va se refermer.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time.
On n'a pas eu le choix.
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
Just go first.
That's right, you're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching
On va se faire
every
ruiner.
single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? What did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally
Bah, au moins,
you
c'est
both
équilibré.
separate
Tout à l'heure,
with a
j'ai voulu la tuer,
bone-shaking
maintenant, elle m'a
thud
tué.
against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Oui, comme il dit Purple, c'est narratif à choix multiples. Tu peux avoir plusieurs fins et tout dans le jeu.
We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
Alors en fait, j'ai hésité et je me suis dit, bon, allez, j'y vais.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
The princess lets out a mocking laugh.
By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
C'est vrai aussi.
Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the night?
Tous les deux bloqués, quoi.
That's so
Jusqu'à la fin des temps.
funny.
C'est beau l'amour.
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver.
Et ils
a
vécurent
little
paralysés pour toujours et eurent
Saved
aucun
after all.
enfant.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
Bah super, elle part avant moi.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Ah, le retour des mains. Ah, le retour des mains. La mémoire me revient.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Bah dans le miroir, on va
try
retourner
and
dans le
find
miroir encore.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Bonne soirée Mika, des bisous. Merci encore pour le raid.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
C'était pareil la dernière fois.
If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Il se retrouve moi. Vous avez enflé. Super, j'ai grossi. Vous dites que je suis grosse en fait, hein. Espèce de grossophobe. Pardon. Je me retrouve au cœur de la quiétude éternelle, again. On va aller revoir la madame. Here we go again.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
La musique elle est trop belle, hein.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant?
Attendez le temps qu'il y a
I
ça.
am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same. I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
Oh, les OST du jeu, ils sont vraiment jolis, hein.
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build upon. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. The task of finding my vessels is your burden to carry. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. This one is hope marred by bitterness and betrayal. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Bouh. Hop. Le héros et la princesse. Bah, je préfère
You're on
l'enlever
the
du coup
path
parce
in the
que
woods.
sinon c'est trop compliqué vu qu'il y a des
You
trucs qui
make
pop
your way
partout.
up the short path to the cabin.
Parce que logiquement les choix sont censés je peux parler. Censés changer du
The
coup.
interior of the cabin.
Bah, c'est ça, vaut mieux au moins quand il y a ça.
The door.
Parce que là ça fait les mêmes trucs. Je viens prendre des
You
nouvelles.
are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs.
Okay.
Ouais, c'est ce que je me suis dit.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
C'est vrai qu'on n'avait pas discuté encore.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late. The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me. Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
What if they're bad reasons, though? If they had good reasons for thinking I was dangerous, wouldn't they have shared them with you? I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to leave. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Ouais, c'est ce que j'en ai déduit. J'ai eu la même déduction, Burpee.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Ah ça y est, elle est revenue, la Dark Princess.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Je veux la refaire sortir.
Can't be serious.
J'ai dit que dans celui-là, je n'écoutais pas le narrateur.
Thank you. You won't regret this.
Depuis le début de cette histoire.
You're making a huge mistake. No, I think you're doing the right thing.
Pourquoi tu fais cette tête, Burpee, à cause de mes choix?
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Ah, on revient où on est tout à l'heure.
There's some way to break the chains.
Ok. Donc ça, on s'en foutait. Ça, j'avais essayé aussi, donc je redescends.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Ok. Ah là, c'est juste oxyre la princesse. Hâte de voir comment ça va se finir. Bah, j'avais pas le choix là en fait.
The wound drives her to the ground.
Je deviens tellement poilu.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can
Elle est pas
possibly
contente.
save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
Crois-le.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
Ouais, je trouve qu'elle l'a bien pris aussi. Franchement, ça va. Hein.
Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Parce qu'abandonner, c'est en mode mourir.
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe, for now.
J'aurais dû m'être abandonné.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. You make things easier on yourself and let me out.
Les gens, ils vont péter un plomb, ils vont croire que ça tape chez eux dans mon chat.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my...
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and you won't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't. Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
C'est devenu un fantôme.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body... It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything
princesse
but
fantôme.
witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
Gna.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Le cauchemar.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here.
Ok, ça on l'avait.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
I don't
Fais ça en
think
salle.
lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust.
La voix du
anyone.
paranoïaque, je suis mort. Allez, on en retourne. Ça raconte quoi le jeu? Bah écoute, on a déjà fini une petite histoire, mais on l'a fini vite, du coup on a
The
relancé.
interior of the cabin is plain. The smooth
Oh,
wood
la
of the
porte est ouverte et
walls
tout, là, what the
almost
fuck.
featureless. The only furniture of note
Mais en fait, c'est
is a
comme
lone
ouvert,
table,
comme quand elle était
knocked on
partie,
its
quoi.
side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door?
It's just an empty frame.
She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done.
Non, j'ai pas vu. Il y avait des trucs aux fenêtres. Oh, si! Oh, waouh, non, j'avais pas vu.
So deep breath in, deep breath out.
Je te jure que j'avais pas
Task
vu.
awaits, and only you can do it.
J'aime bien
Oh,
ne
we
pas
should have
prendre
taken a
la
knife.
truc.
I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favors.
À chaque fois, je descends sur le couteau.
You
Oh, whoa.
cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
Il y a des yeux partout. On me regarde partout.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Je saurais pas t'expliquer parce que là, par exemple, sur cette truc, ça fait 3 fois que je refais les chapitres 1 et 2. Sur cette histoire-là.
Come back?
Parce que je suis en train de
She might
chercher
have
un
you
truc.
confused with someone else.
Enfin, de lui ramener des... En fait, je sais pas comment expliquer. Si Zazu voulait bien écouter le narrateur, ça aurait été vite réglé.
You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
Mais en fait, le narrateur, il veut que je tue la princesse. C'est pour ça. Oh, j'ai envie de sauter dans le vide.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes. Still, slaying her would be easier if you had a weapon. Should we go back for it? Can we even go back for it? You briefly turn back. Where once there was an entrance to the cabin, now there are only more stairs. I guess the only way out of this place is through it. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Il y a des petits yeux à droite.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Et Purpy, toi aussi t'as été tué et t'as voulu pas écouter le narrateur? Vas-y, je vais prendre à droite là où il y a les yeux.
You turn to the right.
Toujours aller à droite dans un labyrinthe.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
Oui, oui, oui.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
Au début, je ne l'écoutais pas, oui. Oui, mais je me doute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Nerves. Heart. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Lungs, liver.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Heart, lungs,
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it is, because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Vous êtes cinglés, vous en avez conscience, j'espère. Allez, on va sortir d'ici ensemble.
No!
You come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
Au moins le cauchemar va me suivre partout.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion. Liver, nerves.
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it. But we don't. We've already made our choice. We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver. You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it? At least it's a choice. That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you.
Par des yeux.
There is nothing there. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back in your direction, watching you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet. There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now. Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart. Liver? Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No! You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I? Heart, lungs.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. It vanishes into the inky black of the basement, never to be seen again. Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter, I'd rather not be sober.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do. The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed every nerves.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin. Why is it so cold?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Ah ouais, j'ai fondu cette fois. Waouh.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. This one is filled with sadness, A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me. Even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Moi, pour l'instant, je veux continuer à faire Je suis prêt à y retourner. Mais du coup, ça veut dire que si je veux continuer ça, il va falloir faire un prochain live dessus. Parce que je vais pas tarder. Je me tâte à arrêter, genre, après avoir fait les discussions. Si je peux sauvegarder et reprendre là où j'étais.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets.
Ok. Parce qu'en vrai, j'ai bien envie de continuer.
My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
Que je me dis que ça, je pourrais le faire sur d'autres trucs, tu vois. Là, j'ai envie de continuer à faire le Je suis prêt à y retourner pour avoir les autres trucs.
We will know when we near our destination. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
En vrai,
is a
je regarde
cabin.
là, c'est bien, je pense. Comme ça,
And
on
in the
reprend
basement
sur
of
un...
that cabin is a princess.
Ou alors j'en fais un last. Viens, j'en fais un last. Sinon, j'en fais un petit last. Surtout, ça va, ça dure pas 1 heure de faire des petits... Mais non! JD, merci pour le raid! Oh, sur Mario 64, mais incroyable! J'espère que tu t'es régalé. Coucou petite loutre, comment ça va? Bonsoir tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Nous, on est sur un petit jeu là, on découvre un petit jeu ce soir. Le but étant de... Est-ce qu'on va tuer la princesse? Mais du coup là, on se perd dans les méandres de... On l'a toujours pas tuée. Mais le jeu est trop pipou et tout. Et c'est un truc en mode narratif avec plusieurs choix multiples et plusieurs fins disponibles et tout. Et du coup, on est en mode chill dessus, là, en mode découverte. Découverte conseillée par notre cher Purple Guy national ici présent dans le chat. Putain, mais Mario 64, incroyable par contre. Incroyable ça. Du coup... On va re-aller au chalet.
You make
Ça a
your
l'air
way
chouette,
up
je
the
file, passe
short
un bon
path
live.
to the
Merci
cabin.
beaucoup, des bisous, bonne
You'll
soirée,
find the
repose-toi bien.
princess within.
Encore merci. On va re-rentrer dans le chalet du coup, on va voir comment ça se passe.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Alors. Moi je suis toujours... Pour l'instant je descends sans la lame. Tant qu'on me contredit pas, je descends sans la lame.
The door to the
Perpi il va me
basement
tuer que
creaks
je descends
open.
sans la lame depuis tout à l'heure.
Good.
Je vais me faire
You're
ruiner.
still listening to reason.
Yokara,
It
comment
would
ça
be
va?
better
Merci
if
pour
you
le
had a
follow.
weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs
Toujours
to
dans
be
le
done.
pacifisme. Mais ça, à un moment donné, ça a été l'amour de ma vie dans le jeu.
Okay.
Mais à bout d'un moment, ils vont me dire ça, j'ai déjà dit. Ça aussi. Ça aussi. Qu'allez-vous faire ça aussi. Et en fait, là, les deux choix qui me restent, c'est remonter, récupérer la lame. Et récupérer la lame dans les deux cas. Du coup, on va aller sur du semi-pacifisme, on va aller récupérer la lame. Mais oui, non, mais je sais qu'à un moment donné, je vais aller la récupérer, Perpi, je le sais. Parce que là, rien que les conversations, on les a déjà fait en haut. Donc en fait, au bout d'un moment, j'ai pas le choix d'aller écouter et d'aller chercher la lame, en fait. Je le sais, hein.
Thank you.
Oui, merci, merci. Je vais récupérer la lame,
You turn
merci.
back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So, what? You're
Bah
going
oui,
to
oui.
try and kill me?
Oui, oui.
You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along
Je vous jure,
and
et
get
c'est la
whatever
folle du
you're
bus à des
planning to
moments.
get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Yo, Reskov, comment ça va?
Slip
Hello?
these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Ça va et toi? Bah écoute, ça va bien, hein. On reste dans notre petite découverte, là.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a
Bah, bien sûr
severed
qu'elle est
arm,
plus là. Oh putain,
its
il y a encore son
cooling
bras
flesh
découpé, là.
still chained to the wall. And she
Elle est derrière
has
toi, mon gars.
nowhere to be seen.
Retourne-toi!
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Salut!
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room.
Derrière
You
toi!
don't see her. Where is she?
Sur le plafond.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the
Il y a
floor.
une version de la princesse, je croise les doigts pour que tu la croises. Ah ouais?
The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade.
Madame
This is the
Snow!
end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark,
Je meurs.
and you
Again.
die.
La bête, chapitre 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay.
Ok, je vais voir qui cette fois. Avancez dans le chalet.
A warning. Before you, she
Ouais,
will
tu me
laugh as a
préviens.
cat
La voix
lies
du
to a
traqué.
cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom, or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The
Bah, moi,
interior
j'aime
of the
trop,
cabin
hein.
is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade.
Les musiques, elles
perched
sont
on its
vraiment
edge.
jolies. Et le fait que tu peux... Bah, enfin, t'as plein de trucs alternatifs un peu, je vois. Et du coup, moi, j'aime bien. Le côté un peu dark et tout, là. Je connais pas. Bah, il est bien, j'aime bien, en vrai. Bon conseil de Monsieur Purpy, là. Il est pas très cher, il a 10 balles, je crois. Bonne chance contre la bête. Je vais me faire ruiner.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Je te jure que j'ai encore envie de descendre au sous-sol sans larmes.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
Je suis la pire.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
Alors je sais que je vais me faire ma
The
rave,
door to
hein.
the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
C'est celle-là, Purpy, que tu voulais que je rencontre?
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or
Elle
maybe
va me bouffer?
eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly
Oui,
not
juste une
just
princesse
a
qui va me ruiner la
princess.
gueule.
You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily
là, à
at you
gauche.
from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now. You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel...
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
Et pour l'instant, je reste dans le...
You cannot reason your way out of this,
Petit moignon.
fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
Putain, la
She knows
gueule
that
qu'elle
her
a.
strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Faire le mort.
Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
And you bear your weakness to the world. I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just go back for the blade upstairs and slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this. Yes, now's our chance. Quick. Right, I agree. We can't do anything without a weapon. We can regroup once we're armed and try to figure out a better plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. As you turn to sprint for the stairs, you feel the air shift. You instinctively glance behind you just in time to see the princess lunge from the shadows, more unhinged and dripping, eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain.
On se fait
You
dévorer.
are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no, this isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands
Vous avez cru
scrabbling
que c'était le
uselessly
petit
at your
chaperon
surroundings
rouge
as
et
they
qu'on
compress
était
in
dans le
on you.
ventre du loup-garou en fait.
Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not the humid, finite air. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me.
Oui, mais pour l'instant,
The
je prends
world
pas
is
l'âme.
better off without
La lame.
you in it.
Mais c'est vrai qu'une petite lame pour ouvrir son ventre.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows
Comme quoi?
stronger,
Là, je suis
and you can
fondue au
feel
moins.
layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart. And
She stops,
Là.
her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle.
Je vais être un
as you
squelette
hear
à la
what you
fin.
can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
The pulling returns to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever. Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
Comment je suis tellement en train de fondre.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you...
La nature sauvage. Ça faisait longtemps qu'on n'avait pas eu un chapitre 3, non? Oh, wow.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no.
Beaucoup
How many
trop.
times have you been here? I think this is our third?
Troisième, c'est plus, je crois, non?
That's bad. That's very,
La troisième
very
là.
bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2.
Et fois
If
4,
you're
5.
at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like
Je ne pensais pas que
this?
tu verrais la nature sauvage. Ah ouais?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
Ah, Madame Drey, comment ça va? Coucou!
Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one. But you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore.
Tiens, je bois du coup. Bah oui, ça va super. Plaisir de te voir passer dans le chat là.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Faut se calmer, madame. Hein?
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by
s'est
something
excitée
that
d'un coup, là.
understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping. A heartbeat. Like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Moi j'ai envie de voir la terreur, hein. Et oui, mais elle m'a bouffé. Je refoule ma terreur et Snow, je refoule ma terreur ou je contemple ma terreur. Je te laisse choisir, Snow. Je passe un peu avant dodo. Repose-toi bien, t'es pas ici. T'es pas ici, madame. Et madame Snow. Faut la zioter. Allez, on la ziote.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
And just like that, you start to fall apart.
I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten. I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. She didn't care. She didn't care at all.
As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. And you can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
I don't like this. It's better for us to be the woods. I don't want to go back.
No, I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
Some divisions, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were.
comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find
wow.
yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I feel empty, don't you?
We're just like her, and she's just like us. We never should have left her. I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live. Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to. You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
Je savais qu'il allait me râler dessus, j'étais obligée de cliquer.
And that other thing is...
Perpi, tu savais que j'allais cliquer là, je suis sûre.
We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens. Ignore him. His words only confuse us. Just do it. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. Cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here. I think we are happy, actually. We might not be a part of her, but being around her is almost the same.
J'ai dit que sur cette histoire-là, je n'écoutais pas le narrateur. Je continue.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
Here we go again.
She's gone. And is that a...
Allez, on se rapproche du miroir. Je vais être comment cette fois?
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Mais vous m'aimez bien que je sois tordue, non?
Thing reeks of death. I don't want to look at us.
Je vais être comment cette fois? J'ai dépéri. J'ai dépéri, Perpi. J'ai dépéri. Le comeback dans la quiétude internelle.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist. No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new.
Oui.
Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Oui.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours. This one is like a shadow of me, a memory of what she used to be, bound to the wounds of distance and time. She will make for a scarred and beautiful heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace. One, whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude. We may fight, and we may not, but not all fights end in destruction, just as not all conversations end in peace. Even if you destroy me, it will have been worth it to finally know what I am, and to have had the chance to know you. If I did, I would already be awake. These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time.
Si en restant, je vais y aller le faire, hein.
Each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Enfin, il y en a, reste un pour cette fin-là, mais... Non, mais pour cette fin, bref. Elle se prend pour ma ligne.
You're on a path.
Alors...
You make your way.
Ça y est, je
You
dois
take
prendre
the
la lame.
blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess
Terrible.
and save the world without it. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Oula! Oula!
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me? And yet you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife. If killing me was really that important, You'd have a little more gumption, don't you think? So, someone put you up to this, right? And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who shoved me into this dark pit and chained me to a wall.
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work? Don't give away the game, and don't let her distract you. That's exactly what she wants.
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this? Do you?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful.
Honnête.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is
On a déjà
about
dit ça.
trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Je crois que je l'ai déjà vu le film, ou alors je suis pas sûre.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Je peux encore examiner les chaînes et tout. Pour l'instant, je reste dans le pipou, moi. Enfin, dans le pipou, genre, à chaque fois que je peux cliquer sur ça, je clique sur ça pour pas écouter le narrateur. Mais il vient de sortir le 4 février. Oh, mais tu me diras s'il est bien.
Oh, you have to be.
Et j'adore mettre en rogne le narrateur. Voilà, c'est bon. C'est dit.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tongue.
Non, mais pipou, le plus pipou qu'il y a, quoi.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
Le
They
moins
wanted
trash,
to
voilà.
slip the key to
La
her
phrase est
chains
meilleure, le
somewhere
moins
in the
trash.
cabin. She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way
Ça, on
out.
l'a déjà eu cette
Anything
version
to
tout à l'heure, je suis en
finally
train de me
be free.
dire.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Ouais, mais en fait, c'est un cas qu'on a déjà eu ça tout à l'heure dans la première phase. Enfin, dans la première fin qu'on a fait, du coup.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
Et du coup, je vais revoir le... J'aurais dû mettre Oxyr direct.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I
oui,
am
c'est vrai.
trying to get you out of here alive.
Si, j'avais la lame à un moment ici, non? Au tout premier, j'avais la lame, j'étais descendue avec.
The blade. Move the blade.
À la première fin que j'ai fait.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Ah, oui. Peut-être.
She steps forward and pries the blade.
Mais là, elle va me
forward
retuer,
with
je crois,
her
comme elle avait fait.
hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Elle me criait désolée, non?
Then she slits your throat.
Ah, c'est la...
Almost
Ah, pardon,
chemical.
c'est la gorge, là, cette fois. Autant pour moi.
Her face remains
Non, j'ai rien dit.
unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end,
J'ai rien dit.
isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
La prisonnière.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of you're here.
Ça, on l'a déjà.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Yes, yes.
Ah,
don't
voix de
believe a word she
l'incrédule.
says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to.
Clin d'œil.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Je suis mort.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
C'est vrai, Purpy. Moi, j'ai trop envie que tu viennes sur le RP, là.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls.
T'as trop bien joué ton perso dans le premier RP,
Wrought iron
là.
bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. I'm afraid
Je suis un bonhomme, je descends sur la lame.
blade.
We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner.
Yes, I'm sure.
Et la prochaine fois, je ferai les pires choix.
Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world.
Okay, I'm trusting you.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Wonderful.
Okay.
You do exactly that, sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding to the basement.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Non, mais tu sais. Il y a un mélange de plein de trucs qui font que je ne sais pas si je pourrais y
Door to
participer.
the
Si tu veux en
basement
parler en tout
creaks
cas.
open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
En fait, t'es pas obligé aussi d'avoir un personnage qui prend de l'ampleur et tout, t'as vu? Je sais pas si c'est clair ce que je viens de dire.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's
Elle
been a
écrit déjà en
while since
rouge.
I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Are we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
J'y ai
What
pensé
an
moi aussi.
interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
J'aime pas qu'on me donne des ordres, d'accord?
The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her.
I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed?
Oui, oui.
I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled?
How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade.
Est-ce que je m'écoute depuis le début et je continue dans ma lancée de lâcher mon arme ou... Vous savez qu'en plus pour l'anecdote depuis le début j'ai envie de cliquer sur la princesse. Voilà, sachez-le. Juste qu'en début de truc j'ai dit J'ai fait tout le contraire de ce que le narrateur il dit, et du coup, je vais encore faire le contraire.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing?
Elle veut se tuer? Du coup?
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Ouais, Ether! Oh, t'arrives à un moment, toi? Ah, moi je regarde, hein. Je bosse pas les yeux, hein.
Her eyes
c'est
stare
terrible.
forward, unblinking, as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone. The blood. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations, you saved the world.
Il est con, le narrateur. Hein.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward. Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way
Déjà, j'avais
back
que le haut du
upstairs
corps et
to
la
the
tête,
first
maintenant j'ai que
floor
la
of the
tête.
cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Libérer une prisonnière. Bien joué.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just...
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, This is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Oh, le retour des mains. Et on va aller sur la cabane.
She's gone. And is that...
On va revoir le miroir. Ah, on est comment cette fois? On n'est plus là?
This...
You're right.
Je suis rien. I am nothing. Je suis Arya Stark? Pardon.
I think you know what I am.
On va faire toute l'année Naruto avec tes histoires de manga. Je suis en train de me le refaire moi en ce moment. Trop mal au crâne pour rester plus longtemps éveillé. Bon live, bonne nuit. Bisous, reproche-toi bien, Shanks.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me.
Beaucoup.
I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Vous êtes trop juste, est-ce que vous êtes comme moi?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Bien date, ce n'est pas la première fois que j'entends ça. Tous les narrateurs étaient donc différents.
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Avez-vous le moindre argument pour votre défense, pour justifier votre hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Après tout ce que vous nous avez fait subir, croyez-vous que qui que ce soit mérite encore de vivre?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
J'ai un tas de questions à vous poser. Souffrez-vous lorsque des fragments de vous se désintègrent comme
It
ça?
doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
J'ai un tas de questions à vous
Then
poser.
ask them and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
Ah, je dois faire des choix. Chaque fois que je vous pose une question, c'est comme un serpent. Je suis désolée, je n'ai pas envie de vous détruire. Faites-vous partie de moi ou m'êtes-vous extérieur?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is? Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it.
Parce qu'on tient le concept même de mort en son sein. Toutefois, je vous ai insufflé toutes les capacités nécessaires pour l'anéantir. Vous devez l'oxygène. Vous devez débarrasser le monde de la mort et de la souffrance. C'est au courant à propos de la boucle. Toutes les fois où je vous ai rencontré, vous avez nié son existence Pas m'avoir menti.
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them that you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Mentir, reposez-vous en paix, je vais l'oxyre. Bah, bien sûr que je vais mentir.
Lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece and my...
Bisous Yoshix, bonne soirée, bonne nuit. Bye bye.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Oh waouh. Le dessin est incroyable.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Les musiques elles sont folles hein.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Vous m'avez manqué aussi.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something
Elle est
that
folle,
wasn't
hein.
us.
Elle est vraiment starbée, hein.
Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray? And that is what I want too, to protect them from the horrors of an eternity without me.
Vraiment, elle est starbée, hein.
Laying upon a web of nerves, laying upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. You knew me, and I knew you, even more than either of us know each other now. And you chose to pull apart that weave. But you did not choose to end me. We were still one, but we were also separate, and we were free. We were as we are. Will you excise that part of yourself now that you see me from yet another angle?
Moi, je veux partir avec elle, hein. Allez, je pars avec elle, hein.
Nothing brings me greater joy
L'antagonisme.
than those words. The final peace lies with you.
Je pars avec la starbée.
I love you.
Je pars avec mon amour. Et là, la mort. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
It's magnificent. Everything, just like it always has been, and just like it always will be.
Vraiment, elle est starbée, elle, hein. GG. On a fait une deuxième fin comme ça. En vrai, moi je dis dans quelques temps, genre d'ici 1 ou 2 mois, on reva dedans et on refait d'autres fins, ça peut être marrant. Mais j'ai bien aimé le jeu, hein. Par contre, elle est starbée, hein. Terminer le jeu, la bonne fin ne compte pas. Non, j'ai bien kiffé en vrai. Je referai pas direct en mode parce que j'ai peur que ça fait overdose, mais tu sais, genre exemple dans quelques mois ou quoi, refaire et repasser sur une autre histoire, ça peut être drôle. Ou là, à la limite, peut-être j'écoute le narrateur ou des trucs comme ça. Regarde en souvenir. Ah oui, c'est les réceptacles et tout. Ça, c'est les différents... Ok. En vrai, ça va, j'en ai quand même pas mal, hein. Après, j'imagine que le but, c'est de les trouver... Ah, je clique pas dessus, je veux pas me faire spoiler. Ok. Bah écoute, moi, je serais chaud de revenir dessus à l'occasion. Mais j'ai bien kiffé. Sinon, je serais pas restée, en plus, parce qu'au final... je voulais finir pas trop tard. Bon, il est pas trop tard.